I'll give you 2 verses just to comfort your soul. Genesis 50:20. Joseph's family, his brothers abandoned, betrayed him. They disowned him. They sold him into slavery. He ended up going to prison, falsely accused of sexual crimes. His life was destroyed, and then he was reunited with his brothers. And here's what he says. As for you, you meant evil. I mean, it was evil. But God, there's the hope of the sovereignty of God. But God meant it for good, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive as they are today. Here's the wonderful beauty of the sovereignty of God. Even when evil is done, God is so good that he can even use evil for good. It doesn't mean he does evil. It means he's bigger than evil. What's true in Joseph's life is true in our life. Romans 8:28. We know that for those who love God, what things? All things. The brokenness, the trauma, the betrayal, the adultery, the death, the bankruptcy, the sickness, the cancer, the anxiety, the fear, the frustration, the madness. All things work together for good for those who are called according to his purpose. It doesn't say in this life. This is why when someone is suffering, be careful. Well, God's sovereign. Also, God is loving, so love. And God is present, so practice the ministry of presence. And God is patient, so put an arm around him and walk the process. But ultimately, when all is said and done, God will take everything that all of his children have been through, and he will turn it for good forever and ever. I can't wait. My mind melted. My soul melted this week. I was thinking about what is it going to be like when we see Jesus in glory and it's all over and he's worked out everything for good. And it reminds me in Revelation, it says that we're worshiping him all the time and that we're singing new songs. I started thinking, I wonder if it won't be eternally hearing the testimonies of the sovereign goodness of God. I wonder if we won't be in the presence of Jesus and somebody steps forward and says, okay, here's everything that happened in my life. And Jesus is like, and here's how I used it for good. And we're all like, wow, write a song. We need to sing about that. And then the next guy walks out and he's like, well, here's my life. And Jesus is like, okay, let me show you. I worked it all out for good. Oh, write another song. I think in God's presence, we're going to hear and see of the sovereignty of God working out all things for good forever and ever. We're going to be cheering and celebrating. We're going to be glorifying and honoring. The musicians are going to be songwriting. And every day you're going to be like, I can't wait to hear what's next.